Do I have time today to talk about the series finale of the Book of Boba Fett? No. Am I going to do it anyway? Yes. Here's why. I loved it, and I'm not sorry. Here is what I loved about it. I have waited my entire life to see a Rancor in the action like that. I knew in the episode when that Rancor showed up that it was going to be Chekhov's Rancor, and I have never been happier to be right. Boy, do I hate being right all the time. No, I love it. I was very, very worried about Chrysanthemum. I was very worried about Grogu. I did cry a lot. R.I.P. Gamorrean Guards. This was such a return to Star Wars being a true Western. And I know that technically Star Wars is fantasy. Please don't do that thing to me that Star Wars fans do. But it was such a thrill to see Star Wars fully inhabiting the Western genre. I love a showdown at high noon, and I got one. I just felt like there was energy in it and exuberance and joy, and it was so fun to have fun while watching Star Wars. And listen, I don't care what anybody says, I loved the Back to the Future 2 biker gang. I loved it. I was wrong about one thing. I thought Boba Fett was going to die, and that's why it was gonna be called the Book of Boba Fett. I thought they were doing like maybe a biblical thing, but I've never been more happy to be wrong. I loved the slower stuff where he was folding into the culture of the Tusken Raiders. And this is gonna be so controversial, and I can't believe I'm admitting this on the internet, but as of today, that's like my favorite Star Wars thing I've ever seen. I know. Maybe I'm like riding a high and I'll come down and I'll go, okay, it's still Empire, and maybe I'll calm down. Not likely. This is an and, not a but. And I felt The Mandalorian was a little bit like Star Wars does Star Trek, which is like a win-win for me. I'm repping both factions. But to me, this was just like Star Wars in its concentrated, distilled essence. You cannot ever go wrong with Amy Sedaris, however you say it. I really was so scared that that Rancor was gonna get King Kong'd, and I am so grateful. And I can't wait for season 2, because here's what I think. I think we're gonna have our first free roaming, domesticated Rancor. I was so pleased with Grogu. I think we all knew what he was going to choose, but wasn't it such a delight? Like when the X-Wing came in, I thought it was gonna be another character, maybe teasing Grogu for the next season. Maybe that makes me dumb, but when I saw that little baby pop out of that plane, I lost it. And doesn't it feel good to be invested? It felt so good. Like, I love to love things, especially the things that I love. And I love Star Wars. So if you loved the Book of Boba Fett, hi. If you loved the Book of Boba Fett and you're like me and you need a support group, let's talk in the comments, because yikes, it's rough out there as usual. If you didn't, that's okay too. This is a judgment-free zone. We all like what we like for different reasons. We've lived different lives, and I would just love to bring balance to the Force in that way. And I welcome all opinions, but do be happy for your Star Wars friends when they get something they enjoy. I also want you to know how difficult it was for me to choose what I was going to wear. Was I gonna wear my custom Han Solo? Nor that Disneyland Paris bag that's just got my holster in it. Was I gonna wear the Leia costume? I was gonna make a joke out of it and put like a sweater underneath it. It's fine, calm down. The point is, it took me a lot of psychological effort to make the obvious correct choice. So